What's going on, YouTube? Back again with another video. This is the 2015 Games Room video. Want to wish everyone a Happy New Year, and I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. I want to just say real quick that I apologise for not making many videos lately. It's probably been about 6 months since my last video, and yeah, there's a couple of reasons why I haven't been making them. Just been pretty busy with work and with the family and everything, and but I've been keeping tabs of what everyone else is doing, and yeah, I got a couple of weeks off work over the holiday period, and I did a 2014 Game Room video, if you recall that one from a year ago, and I just wanted to give you an update 1 year later to show you where everything's at. I think I mentioned that I wasn't going to make too many more changes to the games room, and I think I've accurately stuck to that. I've picked up a couple of things and got rid of a couple of things, but for the most part it's pretty much the same as what I had a year ago. So I think I've shown a lot of restraint, not constraint, and yeah, so let's kind of just walk around and show you what we've got running here, and we'll start over here. We've got the Sony PVM, and I've had this obviously for a couple of years now, and this is my old warhorse. This thing is just an amazing CRT, obviously, and it's currently running Kung Fu Master, or the IRM arcade classics for the Sega Saturn. And above here we've got the 4-channel SCART switcher. Actually, it's the 5-channel SCART switcher, which I upgraded about 6 months ago. A gentleman by the name of Broken or Todd on the Neo Geo forums was awesome enough to get a group buy of these things coming in, and yeah, I've had this in my system ever since. It works really, really well. Got the Super Nintendo US console. And over here we've got just a copy of Cubic Ninja. I think everyone who is involved in homebrew on the 3DS has a copy of this. I was actually fortunate enough to find this at a half-price books for $4.99, so I was lucky to get a copy of that. But I think Nintendo's actually fixed the exploit anyway, so I'm not sure how much value that will give you these days. We got a copy of Zelda. Oops. For the 3DS here, and a couple of PS Vita games. I've been getting into the Vita games, actually. Obviously the Vita system isn't doing as well as Sony would have hoped, and the flip side of that is you can get some really good deals at GameStop right now. So I have got a couple of things here. Got the Final Fantasy HD remaster, Dragon's Crown, Persona, Memory of Celceta, Ragnarok Odyssey, Conception, and Soul Sacrifice. And I will say that I haven't played a couple of these games, and it's one of the things I'm going to be doing over the break, but I've played and finished Persona, Dragon's Crown, and Final Fantasy. But these stack of 4 games here I want to get my sink my teeth into, I guess. So those are the Vita TV games, and that's my entire collection of Vita TV games. Down here we've got the PVM, as mentioned. Down here is this bad boy. This is my Amiga 600, and as you guys know, I'm a big Amiga fan, and I picked up this at a Craigslist deal about 3 or 4 months ago. It was being advertised as not working, and gave it a power supply and recapped a couple of the capacitors, and this thing came to life. So this thing's actually a great little system. I've always actually wanted an A600. The form factor on these things are super tiny, and you can see there's a bit of damage here, and the previous seller said he had dropped something on it and it stopped working after that, but I was fortunate enough to get it back and up and running, and yeah, this thing is has some expansions in it. It's got the 4GB compact flash adapter and all the WHD load games, and this is basically what I use to game on in the games room. I obviously have other Amigas, and this also connects to the PVM via SCART. So at the back here somewhere I've got a SCART adapter for it. So that's that. That's when I want to play some Speedball or some Stardust or Super Frog and all those classic Amiga games, Turrican, Pinball Dreams. The list goes on and on. Back here, we've got the Killer Instinct arcade stick, and I got to say I don't use this as much as I would have hoped, but still an awesome stick, and I do pull it out occasionally. This is for the Xbox One. A bit of dust on that actually, as you can see. And back there, I won't pull it out, but that's the Marvel vs. Capcom CPS2 board, and there's an A board underneath it as well. And this is the SCART connector for the Amiga, and that goes into my 6-channel SCART switcher when I want to get my Amiga goodness on. And I gotta say, it looks amazing on the PVM. Now, PVM really displays the Amiga very, very well, as you would expect. Okay, moving along, it's got the PC Engine with the Turbo EverDrive, and this was the same PC Engine that Broken had donated to me, or just basically given to me about 8 or 9 months ago, and still going strong. And I absolutely love this system, and I play it almost daily. It's a fantastic system. If you don't have a PC Engine, I recommend you get one. They're not that expensive to get. The Turbo EverDrive is obviously a really good solution, and I really recommend that you invest in one of these if you really want to play some classic arcade games and shooters, and a little bit more off the cuff obscure stuff that you may not have heard of. Moving along. In my last Games Room video, I had a white Japanese Sega Saturn, and that's been sold, and in the end I ended up getting a skeleton Saturn, the This Is Cool model, and that's what I got in the collection now, or in the Games Room now. So this is the only Sega Saturn that I actually have, and I mean, if there was one that I ever wanted, it was this one. So I was fortunate enough to get this. Windy Gaming, those people probably know who they are. I had a couple in stock, and I couldn't resist. I ended up snapping one up real quick. And down here we've got my selection of Neo Geo MVS cartridges, and that hasn't really changed since a year ago. Over here, a year ago I had the Day 1 edition Xbox One. That's been moved into my living room, and this is the Sunset Overdrive limited edition white Xbox One system. And I really, really like the white. It's just pops beautifully. It's a very, very cool machine. And I'll come back to what's on the screen there. Still got the Wii U, of course. Absolutely love the Wii U system. Out of all the, I want to say next-gen consoles, but let's say the current-gen consoles, this is far and away my favorite. If you don't have a Wii U and you're thinking about getting one, I would recommend you pick one up. Some absolutely amazing games for that system, which you just can't find anywhere else, quite honestly. And I'm talking about things like Mario World 3D, Hyrule's Warriors, Legend of Zelda, of course, Wind Waker HD, Mario Kart 8, and the list goes on. Bayonetta 2, obviously, and just so many classic games for that system that it's awesome. And obviously next year they're coming out with Star Fox and some other really good quality games as well. So yeah, if you're on the fence about getting a Wii U and you really like your classic Nintendo games, I wouldn't hold back. I would just go get one as soon as you can, to be totally honest with you. So there's that. And then down here we've got the gold limited edition Nintendo 64, and that's got a EverDrive in there, I'm sure. There's my EverDrive 64 cartridge. That's all I ever really need. I do have some original Nintendo games, 64 games, but yeah, I must admit that the N64 doesn't really get that much play these days. And down here we've got the limited edition Destiny Sony PS4 console. Again, really like the white, and these two systems obviously get a lot of use in the games room. Over here, just a couple of random controllers. There's the controller for the Sunset Overdrive Limited Edition Xbox, and just a regular PS4 controller. And down here, this is not even plugged in right now, to be totally honest. This is the Halo Edition 360. So yeah, it doesn't really get much use anymore these days. The Xbox One obviously has taken over the kind of current gen stuff. And on the screen here we've got Guilty Gear XRD playing on the PS4 at the moment. And this is a great fighting game. For those people that don't know it, it's the newest edition in the Guilty Gear series. Very, very awesome game. If you like your versus fighters. And up here we've just got the little shelves, and we've got a Mega EverDrive for my Mega Drive goodness. And a couple of sealed Super NES games. A Zelda amiibo, or a Link amiibo, I'm sorry. And I'm really getting hooked on those amiibos. I got a whole bunch more coming in, and I gotta say, I've tried to avoid it for as long as I can, but I'm gonna have to see if I can get a full set of amiibos. And I know that I probably missed my window on a bunch of them because a lot of them are being sold at ridiculous prices on eBay, and I don't want to pay that much, obviously, but there may be a way to get some from Japan, which are a lot cheaper, but we'll see about that. And just some kind of random stuff, Wavebird controller, and a Game Capture HD, and a couple of Commodore 64 homebrew carts back here. We've got Bomberman and Darkness as well. I really like the C64 stuff. Got the Rage of the Dragons poster, again that hasn't changed, and just some random stuff up here. I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this shelf. I'll probably look at upgrading it or putting some different stuff on there. Got a bunch of different Mega Drive and Genesis cartridges and AES controller, and yeah, that's about it really. I'm not really sure what I'm doing there at this point. Over here we've got just a lighting, you know, just basically a lamp with a couple of shelves on it, and these are where I kind of stack the games I'm currently playing at the moment. So I've got a couple of Xbox One games and PS4, and this Japanese PS3 game is Strider for the PS3, Hyrule Warriors, and Dodonpachi DOJ for the PS2, Neo XYX for the Dreamcast, a couple of Wii games, Resident Evil and Legend of Zelda, and just some different bits and pieces. Down here, this is my Poultry AES Neo Geo collection, and NAM75. Yeah, I kind of put a stop to that real quick, to be totally honest with you, but I still actually am looking at getting an AES system in the collection at some point. Over here we've got a couple of PCBs for my arcade machines. This one here is Escaluda. Awesome cave shooter, one of my favorites. And that's running on the IGS PGM hardware. And this one here is actually Snow Brothers, or Snow Bros, by Toplan. And this was an awesome little purchase. This game I actually picked up at the Midwest Gaming Conference, or the Gaming Classic, back in April. And the seller that was selling it said it was not working, and he sold it to me for 15 bucks. And I took a look at the PCB, everything kind of looked normal. I thought, you know what, I may be able to repair this. But when I took a look, closer inspection, the graphics ROM chip was missing, completely missing. So this chip here was not there. So I thought, maybe I can get someone to burn me a ROM for it. I don't have an EEPROM burner at home. So I reached out to a gentleman on the Neo Geo forums. He burnt the ROM for me, sent it to me, plugged it in. Surely enough, this game works 100% fine. There's no issues whatsoever. And this is an awesome game, Snow Bros. It's a very much in the mold of Bubble Bobble, but it has its own charm and own style about it. And this is an original Toplan board. And it helps if I put it the right way, I guess. There it is. So yeah, I'm really happy with this purchase. Took a gamble and it paid off. And it's one of those things in the arcade hobby that you just really enjoy when it happens. Sometimes you don't get the luck. You know, you end up with a dud board that you can't fix. But sometimes all it takes is just a EEPROM swap or a ROM swap, and you're good to go. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, over here we've got the Capcom Mini Cute, and again, this hasn't changed. I've had this machine for about a year now, well actually over a year, or almost a year and a half. It's amazing how much time has gone by. This machine is the same as it was, and I got the Sega ashtray, of course. Got to have one of those, right? And this is currently running Death Smiles, and I do apologise for the glare. It's a fairly sunny day outside, but well, that doesn't really help because you can see it in the reflection there. But yeah, that's the marquee holder, obviously. Let me see if I can cut the light a little bit. See if that helps. No, that's not really helping at all, actually. It's probably just making it worse. Well, you get the idea anyway. That's the marquee holder with the Death Smiles marquee, and here's the game. And Death Smiles is an awesome game. It's, you know, I would rate Death Smiles as my second favorite shmup, horizontal shmup, I would say. So I would rate it. R-Type is far and away my favorite horizontal shoot 'em up game, and probably in the top 3 of my favorite games of all time. But I would rate Death Smiles as my second favorite shmup. It's an awesome game. I keep playing this over and over again. I will admit I've had this board for about 2 years now, and I've never been able to 1cc it. The furthest I got was actually a few days ago, where I got to the last boss and he killed me. So didn't have enough bombs to kind of finish the job, and it was kind of frustrating, but it's one of those games where if you keep practicing and you figure out the ball patterns and how to play the game and how to score high, because that's important too, because you want to get your extra life at 20 million and 45 million, that you will eventually succeed. So yeah, it's an awesome game, and it plays really great on this little console. I'm sorry, on this little arcade machine. And the only difference I've done here is I don't know if you guys remember, but in my previous Mini Cute video, I had standard buttons and sticks on there. I think they were all Senwa, but they were rusty as hell and just really bad. The previous seller didn't really make much of an effort to clean those up or anything, so I basically just replaced everything. This is all Shimizu hardware, and I'm not really married to either Senwa or Shimizu. It just depends on what feels good. So we've got some LS40 sticks in there and just some Shimizu buttons, and they feel really nice. I'm actually a big fan of the Shimizu stuff. So there's that, and then we've got the King of the Fighters poster. Again, nothing's really changed there. That's a better look at the Death Smiles marquee, I guess, even though it's on an angle. And over here we've got the old warhorse, the Sega Blast City, and this is currently running a 1-slot MVS with Gunlord, and this is the MVS copy, the limited edition copy of Gunlord. And I really like Gunlord. I'm a big Turrican fan, and Gunlord is obviously a good homage to Turrican. So I always keep coming back to play this game. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, the Blast City, what can I say? I mean, I think I've had it for 3 or 4 years now, and this thing is just still going strong. This thing does not let me down. It hasn't skipped a beat. I've had 0 issues with this machine at all. It's just amazing, quite honestly. And I've still got the same. These are LS40 Shimizu sticks, but these are Sunwa buttons. And I don't know which buttons I prefer, to be totally honest with you. These feel really good, but I do like the Shimizus as well. But maybe it's just something new that I haven't really used before. And there's Gunlord running on the Sega Blast City. And yeah, as mentioned, the Blast City Candy Cab, it's yeah, I think it's the 3rd year of, or we're into the 3rd year of me having this, and hasn't missed a beat. I've been fortunate. Had no issues with the chassis or anything like that, and I do have a backup chassis and things like that, just in case, because you never really know in this hobby. But yeah, it's been still going strong, so that's awesome. And down here I've got a Xbox 360 and a couple of pad hacks for it. Basically, I now have the ability to connect up my Xbox to the Sega Blast City. This is my gaming chair on my couch. It obviously extends out. I used to have black one in here, which was like a 3-seater, but that thing literally just fell apart, and I wasn't very comfortable, to be totally honest with you. So this thing's a lot nicer, and it's actually smaller. So I've got a lot more room back here to kind of play around with. And there's the old Gears of War poster from Comic-Con 2011. So that's the games room, guys. It hasn't really changed, and I feel pretty good about it. Like I said, you know, in my last video, my last games room video, I said that I felt pretty content that everything was looking good, and yeah, I've kind of stuck to my guns, I guess. So you know, I still want to get the occasional PCB and things like that, but no, I feel pretty good about the way things are, and yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing out some more videos. It's been a while since, you know, my last video, but I'm going to start churning them out again. I've kind of got the urge to do it, so yeah. And you know, I also wanted to thank my subscribers as well. So I don't know exactly how many subscribers I have on YouTube, and I don't really have that many, but I think it's in the 350 range. I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing to my page. I don't really know, you know, what my page is, but it's, you know, I like my arcade games, I like console games. I'm obviously a big Amiga fan, and I like to write homebrew stuff as well, and, you know, port software to the Amiga. So, you know, if there's something there for everyone that enjoys that, I will continue to you know, to do those things, because they interest me as well. So yeah, guys, I just want to say thanks again to everyone who subscribed, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this games room video. And yeah, thanks again, and I hope everyone had a good Christmas and New Year period, and we'll see you again soon. That's all for now, and I'll talk to you later.